All right, we're good. All right, guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman.
What's going on, you guys? My name is Ace Guzman.
Welcome to Ace and Rich Live, and today we have a lot to get to today, and I'm going to start it off with Ace.
Yes, absolutely, guys. So welcome to today's show. We have a very awesome episode and something that we want to discuss that no leader in the industry is actually talking about. There are a lot of great leaders out there in this industry, but I haven't heard any one of them talk about this.
Yeah, this is a little bit different of how we usually come out with our lives and stuff like that.
Yep.
But it definitely needs to be discussed, and I never really hear this information either.
Yeah, so pay attention because this might be about you, okay? So here's the thing. I was working today, from home, and what I was thinking about was how a lot of our students have dealt with a very challenging issue. And you might be facing this issue and you're like, Ace, what is this issue? Well, today, folks, we are diving into a very important topic that's going to really speak to a lot of people, to their heart. And I'm going to talk about learning disabilities. You didn't know I was going to go there, did you?
Nope. Not at all.
We're talking about learning disabilities, everything from being kinesthetic to learning fast, learning slow, maybe having some learning disabilities like maybe ADD, right? Dyslexia. There's a lot of different things out there. And how does this affect you as a marketer, right? Whether you're involved in network marketing or you're involved in affiliate marketing.
Yep.
Now, you, Rich, you grew up. Did you ever have any learning disabilities growing up as a kid?
I went to special ed for a little while.
Okay.
But I got back into the regular school.
Okay.
Right? So it was temporary because I was transitioning from New York to Massachusetts when I was young.
Gotcha.
And I had a hard time because my mom and my dad were splitting up and stuff like that. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. But was it classified as a learning disability?
I think it was for a little while.
A little while.
It was temporary. Yeah.
Did it have anything to do with like watching videos or reading text and it wouldn't sink in, or like stuff like that?
I think it was learning the understanding of the reading part, because all I did was learn. Well, I only knew how to speak Spanish at this time.
Okay.
So I didn't know any English whatsoever.
Okay.
Because I am Spanish. So when I was in New York, I spoke Spanish. That's it. So when I went to school, I had to learn English, and I had to have like a speech therapist, a whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, for me personally, growing up as a kid, like I was terrible at math. So anything to deal with math, I just shunned away from it. I didn't want to do any math. I didn't want anything to do with counting other people's money, work in a bank, that kind of, even though I did work in a bank and I did fantastic, but I underestimated myself and I kind of put these labels on me that I was very bad at something. Anybody ever do that? Let us know in the chat if you could relate to what we're talking about in our own experience. We're only going to talk from experience, right? Because in my years of coaching, I've seen it all. We've got 4 main types, okay, in our marketing world: the speed demons, the deep divers, the hands-on hustlers, even our creative wild cards with ADD, right?
That's interesting. Can you elaborate a little bit on that, like each type?
Got it. So the first thing, like we're going to talk about, is speed demons. Okay. So these are the quick studies. Like they could devour new trends and tactics faster than I could update my Instagram story.
That's awesome.
Those guys are cool, right? They're like really, really into it. So the challenge is, think about it. What do you think somebody who learns really, really fast could be challenged with? Do they even have any challenges?
Everybody gets challenges.
Of course
everybody.
Of course.
Somebody goes too fast. Think about this. So somebody that goes too fast actually might miss something. And we've seen that happen before.
Oh yeah.
They've gone way too fast and they kind of like missed like how they got there.
Yeah.
That's not good. So that's also a challenge.
Yes.
And what challenges, might they face?
Well, I would say sometimes they're moving so fast they miss the nuances. Okay. It's like speed dating through marketing strategies. You might miss the perfect match if you don't slow the hell down.
I see.
Right?
What about people that are slow learners?
People that are slow, those are great because they're deep divers. Like when you think the ocean, they're like deep diving. They're the folks who like might take a little bit longer, but when they know something, then they know how to do it.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when it comes to slow learners, I believe that everybody learns differently.
They
I
do.
mean,
They do.
well, that sounds like it could be quite an advantages.
Well, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like in a fast-paced marketing world, if you're keeping up with changes and you feel like running a marathon in stilettos, like these guys, the thing is, like, the hands-on hustlers and the slow learners are almost a little bit similar because these are the roll up my sleeves kind of type. Let's get dirty. That's like us. Like, we did that in the beginning when we first started. We were like rolling up our sleeves and we were like, okay, let's see if we could grasp this course and start diving deep into it. Remember that?
I think we still have that in us. Like, every time we learn something new, even recently,
yeah,
we roll up our sleeves and lock ourselves in the room and we just figure it out.
Okay, but there's a name for that actually. It's called kinesthetic.
Yep.
You learn by doing. Anybody kinesthetic out here other than us? We're kinesthetics. Like, we learn by doing. You cannot have me sit there and just watch videos all day long and not have to apply myself while I'm learning something. Anybody ever fall into that trap where you got all this stuff in front of you and you're trying to watch it and learn it, but it's your learning capability that's kind of holding you back from moving forward?
Yeah, what
right?
we've been doing, though, we kind of have met in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually watched a video first,
right?
Then we watch it again to take action.
See, that's a good tip for you guys. If you really struggle with this, watching a course or video or module multiple times, that's a good way of doing it. And I know we're going to get into some questions from the audience, but we definitely want to dive into this topic because, it's happening underneath our noses, but we're not discussing this, and people feel alone out there. Don't you feel alone? Like, leaders are not talking about different aspects of learning because not everybody learns the same, ladies and gentlemen. Not everybody learns the same.
Everybody learns differently.
Everybody learns differently. Right. Some slow, some fast, like we've just been talking about.
We've learned that through our own coaching program of all the people that we've coached over the years.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Like, everybody is different.
Right. So, and I want to take questions from the audience because I want to know, put it in the chat, what kind of learner are you? Like, let us know, what kind of learner are you? Because if you think about it, every single thing that is sold in the make money online industry, right? They're all taught a certain way. The person is not even considering how other people learn. They're doing it from their own personal experience. There's nothing wrong with that. But just keep in mind, there are going to be some questions that come about when somebody's diving through a course and they have a learning issue.
Yeah, there's always questions. There's always questions.
Now, if you don't ask, that's your own damn fault. I have to be cold like that and real because even I had to ask questions to my mentor. Even I had to step up out of my comfort zone, even though I felt like, oh, do I have to ask this question? I don't want to look stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, this is definitely very interesting.
Yes.
And but really, what would a main challenge be?
The main challenge would be, staying focused. People have a hard time of focusing because it's like kryptonite to them. All right?
That happens with a lot of people.
Yeah, because you remember how it was with me. I was a knucklehead. I did not, for the life of me, I'm telling y'all, I'm keeping it real, I never wanted to study. I wanted to just make money like all of you. I wanted to make money right now. I didn't want to sit there and learn and watch no boring trainings and people just ramble all day about how to do something. Just show me the check. That's it.
Give me Sam Kinison for a teacher.
That's how I was. I was like, Rich, come on. I know you had to go through all this learning and mentorship and coaching. Let's scrap all of that. Nope. Show me how to make the money, like Tom Cruise.
Nope, you gotta earn it.
Just show me the money,
You gotta earn it, you gotta learn it, you gotta appreciate it.
Yeah, you gotta learn it, you gotta appreciate it. And that's the thing, guys. You can't look at, being focused as your kryptonite, as, your Achilles heel. You gotta understand there's strategies in place when it comes to learning. And we're gonna share some tips with you guys, as we do Q&A, maybe somebody might ask a question and we can provide some tips because we don't want to give a standard tip. We want people to ask us, and let's get this as an engaging show.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because this topic is very, how do I say, there's a variety of different things that's going to come about with people's, situations and challenges, right? Some people on our team Okay, not going to name any names, but some people on our team, we take quite a bit of time and patience with them. And I will tell you, when we coach people who have these disabilities or issues with learning something, we don't mind sitting with them an extra 15, 20 minutes in a day to out of our work day to help them out understand until they go, it clicks. You know what I mean? Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
Right.
It's spot on.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, when we actually do our coaching and we teach people, we focus on, teaching someone in a certain way. That's been a great success with our coaching program. We know everybody learns differently. So if we know everybody learns differently and there's different ways of learning, we know how to approach that from different people and their aspects of how they learn. Okay. This is why, we've had a lot of people do really great.
Yes.
And some people not, because they didn't take action. They got lazy and it just happens, right?
Yes.
So, but I mean, I want you to think about it. What is it that is the most important thing that people should be focusing on?
I think the most important thing that people should be focusing on is, if it's a challenge to stay focused, we need to work in chunks. We need to be able to dive into a specific video. For example, let's say you're learning how to do copywriting. Copywriting is really boring. Come on. It is. I mean, who the hell wants to sit there for 4 or 5 hours a day learning about words? And then they might go, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey guys, I want you guys in the chat, all right, let me know, what type of learning style do you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Because everybody learns differently. Do you learn a little bit slower? Are you super fast?
Right.
Do you have ADHD? Right?
Or ADD.
Oh, ADD?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So that way you could, let us know, because this is not anything out of the ordinary. This is actually normal.
Yes.
And nobody really talks about this.
No, and some marketers out there are insecure about this issue because they feel bad, they feel embarrassed. It runs deep into their, it goes deep into their soul, and they're just sitting there I don't even think network marketing would be cut out for me because I have this XYZ problem with learning. Or somebody would say, I have a speech impediment and I can't do videos.
Well,
that these are different things that come up, that they hold them back.
I know we're running into September right now, and we have a half off special on our coaching program.
Yes, we do.
And the reason why is because when we actually coach someone, somebody just said here in the comment, Michelle said, you guys are so patient. And you have to be patient. This is why we created a 6-month coaching program. It has to be that way.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody learns differently. Once a week, people need that one-on-one attention, right? They need that connection.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes there's group calls, sometimes they're one-on-one.
Yes.
But they need that hand-holding to understand how their business works, because it's not that they don't know what to do. It just means that they learn differently.
They do.
So when you hear oh, well, do you learn slower? People hear that and they go, oh, well, that sounds kind of weird. It sounds kind of negative. It's actually not negative. It's actually normal.
It is.
And nobody
it's okay.
Right. It's okay.
Yeah.
It just means you learn differently.
Right.
It's not a bad thing. It's just you learn differently.
Exactly.
And when you understand that and you're okay with that, then you can face the challenges knowing what you need to do.
Absolutely. I like what Richard Osborne says. He says, yeah, that's me. I learn by doing. So do I. Do you know I take my time when I do over the shoulder, we call them OTS trainings. When I do over the shoulder trainings, I make sure that I talk about every tab, every label, the arrow points to the left, to the right. I'm like, you see this button, that big red button there? Yeah, that's the one you click on. If I'm talking to you like that, I'm not going doing that to insult you. Even though I have been offended by some people who say, why are you teaching me like I'm a little kid? Well, technically you are in this industry. We're babies. You know why? Because you've never seen this stuff before explained to you this way. That's why. So if I got to ABC it and elementary it for you, you better take it head on and don't get offended and take nothing personal. But if I don't teach it to you this way and I let you be on your merry old way and you go and study one of my courses by yourself, hey, don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you. And if you get confused without my guidance, that's on you. If you don't make any money online because you wanted to do it your way, hey, well, you said you wanted to do it. You got this.
No, wait a minute. You say that, but we have run into people like that.
I know. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah. we've run into people like
I had
that.
people that was just, oh my God. I'm like, why are you taking this so personally? This is something that's going to be like a big hot topic for me to talk about now at this point, because I have had people, our own clients, literally do this. And you know what? Hey, it happens. We can't work with everybody. There are people that have this demeanor that they think they know it all and they don't want no guidance. Like Richard Osborne said, I'm more hands-on. I need to have that hands-on holding process.
Yes.
And some people are like, well, don't talk to me like I'm an elementary. I went to MIT. I learned. Yeah, guess what? I had an MIT guy in my business, and guess what? He didn't know shit about affiliate marketing. He got tested majorly big.
Yeah, he went to MIT in Boston.
He was an MIT guy.
The only thing he really knew about was understanding like hosting.
That's it.
And different tech like that.
But when we got into it about scaling and marketing and advertising,
it was like, well, man, this is like a different animal.
It's a different animal. So never assume that you got this and you know what you're doing. If you haven't been coached, trained, mentored, supported one-on-one, got that real hands-holding kind of experience, you don't know everything. You're going to have that. We had it. So what we're doing now is we're sharing it with you guys so that you have it too. Because nobody can do this alone, especially when they have a learning disability like that.
Yeah, because we have Inner Circle and we do like, trainings and everything else like that. Mm-hmm. However, with a personal connection with the coaching, that changes the ball, that changes the spectrum on really how to cater to someone's needs when it comes to learning and things like that. That's on a whole nother level. Now,
this is incredible. One of our viewers here, Michelle Howell, says, my narcolepsy acts like ADD, and it takes me a little longer to comprehend. But seeing and doing is what works best. Thank you for sharing that, Michelle. Thank you.
It's kind of like, Michelle, I want to just chime in here.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like, because I work with you.
Yes.
It's kind of like this. Mm-hmm. And this is what I believe. And a lot of people would disagree with me. And you know this. Whenever we work with people, what we want to do is we want to help them dive off that cliff as fast as possible, but not dive off by themselves.
Right.
Have us with a parachute with you alongside, going down that cliff, opening up the parachute together, and we're building your wings on the way down.
That's it.
That's the way that I look at the best form of mentorship.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, Internet Marketing Pros? Hello, you guys. Jasmine here on YouTube says, hey, Ace, I'm totally lost with all these marketing podcasts and webinars. My eyes glaze over after like 5 minutes. You got any tricks for us visual peeps? Girl, okay, I feel you. So here's the thing. If you got any headphones at the house, okay, just grab them and start doodling while you're listening to your stuff. Seriously, my son does this. Like Angel, right? My son is autistic. He literally has Asperger's 1. And what he does is, I noticed that when he's learning and listening, sometimes he'll listen and then he'll just have the headphones and listen to his own music and stuff. But he does it differently, where he's like doodling circles. He's just sitting there and he's doodling circles. Now, why is he doing that? Because he wants to retain the information.
Helps him concentrate.
If you move your hands, if you put something in your hand and you move it, or if you're drawing or doodling while you're listening to something like a podcast or a webinar, try to be able to just hone in on that sense, because other people can do like something like create visual maps of the content and use like graphs or stick figures or arrows or, bubbles, whatever works, whatever floats your boat, right? And you turn that audio into your personal comic book strip, okay? Trust me, your brain's going to eat it up, because that's what's happening. It's designed that way, what's going on, And like I said, I am no expert. I'm not a therapist. I'm not anything of the sort. I'm just sharing what works for us and what's worked for others that we've experienced with. So, girl, I feel you. I hope that helped you out, Jasmine. Thank you so much for sharing that, okay? And you will get lost with all these podcasts.
But I will say something, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes the way the person teaches it, it's so like,
oh my gosh.
I mean, it's like,
anybody ever feel that?
Anybody ever go on YouTube and look up something that you wanted to learn?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you find yourself going through several different videos, and it's like, oh my God, this person is driving me insane. And you're finding another one. Oh my God, this one is even worse. Until you find someone that resonates resonates with you,
Yes.
right? So,
Yes.
anyways,
You got a question?
Hey, Carlos, what's up, man? Rich, my man, I'm new to affiliate marketing and I'm a hands-on learner. How do I get started without drowning in theory? Well, here's the problem with theory. It can mislead you. All right. I can't tell you how frustrated I've gotten in the past of things that I've learned when I first got started. There was so much theory with no action. It was just theory.
Yeah.
It was the what, not the how to. Have you guys ever felt like that when you're learning a course that you purchased or you joined a program?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Totally.
And you join the program and everything's about the what it is and what you should do and all these different things. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? How do you do it? And you don't get that. It's always the what. What? Okay, I got the what, but I'll be ready to start working here. What do we do? I've been through that, and we've been through that. And if you guys been through that, put it in the chat and let me know.
Let us know
if that's frustrating like it's been for me in the past.
Yeah.
So what we did was, guys, we've learned from that. We took that and we said, you know what? I said, when we start coaching, when we start actually training, we are going to do it our way. And we're going to go straight to the how-to. And we're going to get people to work. And it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey.
Yes.
So I understand how you feel, Carlos. It's tough sometimes, when you're trying to learn something and it's like you're getting the information,
right,
but it's still keeping you stuck. Right? Try to find the how-tos. All right? Theory's okay. You need a little theory, no doubt. But you also need some practicality too. Right? Take action, do something.
Okay, so I'm just messaging someone back there, texting me. See, this is the thing, this is live. And you guys, it's okay if you DM me. Just know I might not get back to you because we are live. But some people are not able to see the live because, they haven't, got the notification. That's a Facebook problem.
That's a Facebook
That's
thing.
not your fault. That's a Facebook problem. So what I was just letting this person know is it's always on our profile on our timeline. However, if you're hanging out on YouTube, on our YouTube channel at Ace and Rich Guzman, you will see us there as well. We are streaming right now live there. And are we streaming out on X right now too?
No.
No? Oh, Internet Marketing Pros in the Facebook group, our Facebook group that we have. It's free. Don't worry about it. You can join it too if you're not a part of it. And you will see us there live as well. Okay.
Well, let me go do a share screen real quick. You
Awesome.
just show me exactly where it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, right here, this is our Facebook profile. When you want to watch the show, guys, you make sure that you are our friend and that you're following, okay, our profile. If you're not hitting that follow button and you just friended us, that could be the reason why you're not seeing us in the notifications, because that's the way Facebook requires it. You have to be a follower, and then Facebook will notify you with the notification bell at the corner, the upper right corner over here. And they'll move this a little bit over here. And you'll see it. Yeah, there it is right there. The notification bell with a 1, and it will say, hey, Ace and Rich is live, and they're, doing the show right now, so that way you could participate.
Excellent. Love it. All right.
Next question. Guys, bring the questions on. Let me go and check the Internet Marketing Pros. Rich, do we see any more questions?
Let's see here.
Oh, yeah. I see comments. Comments in the Internet Marketing Pros. Happy Friday to you guys as well. Curtis Long, you can hear us good. Fang Chang, shout out to Fang Chang.
Fang Chang.
Fang Chang says, yes, I have to learn how to speak English too when I came to America. Now, this is another issue, right? The language barrier. When you're trying to learn marketing and your courses and the training is not in your native language, it's really primarily in English. But what if English is not your first language? That can be an issue when it comes to, if you're a foreigner, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then she says, hold on. Fang says, I am the stupid one always, but okay. No, Fang. Rich, what do you got to say about that? She just called herself stupid. Come on, Fang.
Never
no.
insult yourself.
Don't do that.
Never do that.
Don't insult yourself.
Words have power.
Yeah, please don't do that to yourself, because all you're doing is you're trying to, put yourself down. And you know what? Do you feel good doing that? No. So try to uplift yourself by saying something positive. You say, you know what, I may not know it all right now, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I just need to study more. I just need to apply myself more. You got to say things positive, right? Aren't we so easy and hard on ourselves so much sometimes when we say to ourselves, we're, a person of a lower character. We're dumb. We're stupid. We're lazy. We're tired. We're exhausted, right? We don't know enough, and you stay with that identity for a long time, and then you're programming yourself.
What I hear from this,
Yeah,
is that, and here's a question for her.
there we go.
Has anybody ever told you negative things about yourself in your past?
There you go.
Retains into the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind takes over. It becomes a new belief.
Yes. Yes.
By default.
Better think about that, Fang.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Okay. Ace, help a sister out. Okay. I'm drowning in my marketing job because I'm such a slow learner. How do I keep up without losing my mind? Okay. So, child, look. Slow and steady wins the race. You ever heard that? You ever heard about the tortoise and the hare? Remember the story about the tortoise and the hare? Slow and steady wins the race. What is the whole metaphor about that? Own your own pace. Okay? Break your tasks into bite-sized pieces, and then after that, celebrate every win. Like, start setting up regular check-ins with your boss to make sure that you're on track. And then, remember that your thorough approach probably catches things like the speed demons miss. Right? See what we were talking about? So you're bringing value, girl. Okay? Think of it that way.
I love it. I love it. You are on fire tonight.
I'm trying.
Wow.
A lot of challenges this week. Okay. Let's see. Richard Osborne. Oh, okay. Hold on. There's some stuff coming here. We're going to try to keep up, guys. Let's see. Richard Osborne says, I'm following y'all live on Facebook. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Michelle says, positive affirmations work. See, Fang?
Yes, they do.
They
do.
They do work, and you
Words
got to put them
have
into
power.
practice. Don't just reiterate them and, kind of sound like a monk in the front of the mirror and just, harmonizing, not humming your Renge Kyo and Buddha and everything. No, listen. That is not going to do anything for you. You have to put action behind what you're doing. It says it in the Bible, and I like what Jim Rome says. I'm an amateur on the Bible. Well, so am I. I do read my Bible every night. But what I'm saying is, like, faith without works is dead. So what do you think when it comes to affirmations is the same, right? If you want to affirm something, you want to speak it out into existence, who do you think is listening? God. So obviously, if you're speaking to God and you're telling him, I am going to be this and I am going to accomplish that and I want to have this, okay? He's not a genie. You don't rub a lamp 3 times, get 3 wishes. It's not like that. You got to put action behind what you want. Right? If you say, I'm going to be successful, you think sitting on the couch, eating bonbons all day, drinking beer and eating chips is going to help you get rich? No. You got to put action. You got to get off your ass and you got to do some work.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, you know? It's so true. All right. Richard Osborne says, yes, my coworker do all the time, says negative stuff, and I got them on Facebook too. Yeah, you see, you got to watch out for others too. Watch out for other people. When you hear them talking bad about themselves, say, don't do that. Don't do that, And if they say mind your business, well, they're having a hell of a time, aren't they? They're really in a miserable world, and let me tell you, misery love company. So do the best you can.
It's quite amazing.
It is.
If you go around and listen, just try not to let them know you're eavesdropping.
Exactly, because they're like, why you talking? Mind your own business. And I've had people that have said, why are you trying to talk positive to me? I'm not like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I hear you talking negative about yourself, and I think you're a great person. I've worked with you for so long. And you're my coworker, so I'm just saying, I'm just trying to put some positive things in you. You know what I'm saying? Here, get a book and read. I'm on the lunch break. Get a book and read.
I remember that.
Read Rhonda Byrne, The Secret or something, man. Get your butt out of that negative mindset and start reading. Then Richard said, "Amen." It's true. All right, I think the next question is for Rich.
Oh, we got Zach over here. Hey, Zach. Yo, Rich. I'm all about affiliate life. But I am dyslexic, and these affiliate agreements make my head spin. Any tips?
That's on you.
Oh, God. Affiliate agreements. You mean like all the literature and all the private policies and all those kind of things. I don't have to be dyslexic. That makes my head spin just thinking about it. I wouldn't really worry about that so much. I still would check it out and everything else like that, but normally, they're pretty much all the same when it comes to that.
I think I can help with this.
Yeah.
I can help with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a brother, and my brother's dyslexic. And if AI was around and earlier, I could have done so much better with working with my brother that he could understand every piece of content. So Zach, if you're dealing with dyslexia, I think you can use AI as your friend. And I'm going to tell you how. So let's say, for example, you have an affiliate agreement in front of you. Do you have the link to the website? Grab the URL of the affiliate agreement that you don't understand. Run it through ChatGPT 4.0 and ask ChatGPT in a prompt and say, can you help me summarize this affiliate agreement? If you tell it to summarize for you, it will summarize the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't understand it, say, can you put it in layman's terms? And it will do it for you. Sometimes we need to lead a little bit of layman's terms.
Yes, we do.
We have to have it because obviously dyslexia is tough. People see things differently and it's tough for them to read, and we know how far that can go. But without overcomplicating this, use ChatGPT 4.0. It is so sophisticated now. You can go and grab your affiliate agreement. And this goes for network marketers too. You know how long those agreements are. They're longer than affiliate marketers. Grab your agreements, go into 4.0, ChatGPT, and go ahead and ask to summarize your affiliate agreement and get the gist. For me, the gist would be simple as, how long do I have before I cancel? Am I getting a refund? Okay. If this thing works out or doesn't work out, what are the rules of the game? So I know I don't break them. You know what I mean? Like layman's terms.
Yeah. I mean, he could also use text-to-speech.
Yeah.
He could use a text-to-speech tool. You know what I mean, to have it read it out loud for them.
He could do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would work out pretty good. Maybe create a checklist, some key points.
Yeah, you could do
that way, it will help him understand it a lot better if it's being read to him and stuff like that.
Right.
Because if you're definitely dyslexic and you're reading,
yes,
it's going to, and the more longer you read, it's going to be a challenge.
It is. But what they're doing right now is there's an audio feature in ChatGPT where it has its own persona.
Oh.
And it could be male or female, and it can read the answers to you too. I mean, just saying. Start using it. I'm telling you.
I was thinking like dragging, speech to text, but I'm thinking like, wait a minute.
The AI.
We don't need dragging anymore.
No, the AI can speak back to you if you turn that setting on, but it has to be the paid feature though. If you put that setting on, it will talk to you because it has those capabilities.
$20 a month.
Yeah,
right?
because just like your Microsoft program says, if you have a certain disability, you could set up your keyboard a certain way so that you could have special accessibility.
It's like $20 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
All right. Richard Osborne says, if I advertise on Facebook, my coworker will say something negative about it on Facebook. That's why I got me another Facebook account just for my business.
Oh, all right. Hands on that one.
Hey, there's a will, there's a way, man.
That's the way you do it.
You know what I mean? It's your coworker. Don't worry about it. Let them blow it out their ass.
Yeah.
They're talking all this shit and they don't realize what you're on the journey to. Why don't you share that quick story about what happened with your coworker when they found out? This is when you were working at Best Buy before you fired them and everything. Why don't you share that story about how they used to underestimate you and all of a sudden
Geek Squad.
Yeah, tell them that story.
Yeah, well, when I started working there, I told them I'm not going to be here very long. That I'm just going to work here temporarily. So I was there for 4 years, and I said, this is it. So, I'm going to do some work here for a little while, then I'm out. And they're like, well, what do you mean? What are you going to do? And I'm like, well, I'm a marketer. You know what I mean? I've done this before. This is nothing new for me. I'm only here temporary, right? And they were just like, they weren't believing it. And they're like, I'm like, well, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I'm a marketer. I sell products online. They said, so you make money online and make a living doing that? And I'm like, yeah, I've done it before and I'm about to do it again. And they're like, they just didn't believe it. They just thought that I was full of shit. You know what I mean? And then when the day came,
Yeah.
well, no, actually, you know what? When I was working at the same time, we were taking trips.
Uh-huh.
We're going to Hawaii. We
I
were doing
remember. Yeah.
presentations in
Yeah.
Arizona, traveling. So I would be leaving and I'd be like, well, where'd you go, man? I'm like, I had to go and speak on stage. I had to go mentor some people. I had to do all
They
this
don't
stuff and
understand
fly
it.
around and like, you going to Hawaii? How are you going to Hawaii? I told you, I'm not going to be here very long. And then the day came where I fired my boss and I left. And when I go there now, they're just like, Rich, like I'm
Uh-huh.
some kind of star or something.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They didn't take me seriously,
Yeah.
you know? But I told them, I said, and they always ask me like, oh, how do you do that? I'm like, well, you got to want to learn. You got to commit. If you don't, it's not going to work.
I used to say when I was a kid in the industry, because I started in network marketing, MLM industry when I was 17. I was very, very young. And I used to call people watcher bees. These are the people that insult you. You know, first I say watcher bees, which basically means first they watch you, then later on they want to be you. I came up with that myself. Watcher bees. Now everybody's going to start saying, ASIP watcher bees. They're watcher bees, okay? So they first watch you and they watch your moves and how you're like rolling with your business. And they're waiting for you to fail because they're just anticipating this. I can't wait for you to just now fall on your ass and lose all your money and you don't become rich and famous so I can nag you for the rest of your life. Yeah, I know. That's how they are. That's how they are. And it's a sad situation, you know.
No, that goes back to the crabs in the bucket.
The crabs in the bucket. Now, we have one of our audience members here in our Internet Marketing Pros group, our member here, Alistair. And he says, I had a very negative upbringing. I'm trying to break through the barriers.
That's
well,
tough.
That's tough. You know,
you have to.
Yeah.
Let me chime in on this.
Sure, go for it, man.
What you're dealing with is something that requires a commitment to unlearn all the different things that you've learned in the past that you really didn't benefit you, right? So, so what I would do is I would start focusing on new things that are more positive, that are going to benefit you, so you can start injecting that in your conscious mind on a daily basis. You know, it's amazing. Even if like it's just 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, and you inject that daily for the next 90 days, your mindset's going to start shifting and changing. And here's the thing, all that negative stuff, it doesn't go away. It just gets replaced.
Right, right.
Right? So that's what I mean, you have to unlearn all these bad things that just, because those are the things that really hold people back. It's not really the marketing. It's not really the action and the doing and stuff, the learning. It's more about themselves, right? People self-sabotage over and over and over again, and they have trauma bonds, and those trauma bonds become addictions.
Yes.
And when you start getting addicted to that, your brain doesn't know the difference. It doesn't. So either you feed it good, healthy, positive stuff to be better, or you let that other side control you, right? You have to purposely work at it to put in some new, great, wholesome stuff, right? I'll give an example. For me, when I was at Best Buy, even though I was working there 4 years, I worked there 4 years before. And what happened was I was running a business. It was successful, 6 figures plus. Company closed down. I tried getting back up again. Things were rough. And I had to go back to work. Went back to work. Same job, same boss, same everything. Okay? But I had a different mindset. And my mindset was, I'm going to use this job to fund my dreams. So what I did was, even though the hardest thing is to be on top and then go back down, know what it feels like to be there and having a struggle to get back up there again. So when I went back to work, I had a better mindset, and I said, I'm going to use this to fund my dreams. Use my job to fund my dreams. Create capital. Respect this building as a business. And then from there, I knew that it was only temporary. I learned to let go of that disappointment that kept me stuck because of what happened. So when I went back to work, I was on a mission. And even though it was a struggle for me mentally for a while, what I did was I turned my vehicle into a moving university of personal development. I listened to Jim Rohn pretty much every day. On the way up, on the way back, on the way up, on the way back. And it took me 40 minutes to get to work, sometimes 45 minutes. And that, because I was living in Massachusetts, my job was in Connecticut. So I was driving 40 minutes every time. Plenty of time to soak all that stuff in, because you can utilize your time wisely when you're out and about and turn your vehicle into a moving university and get that information in your mind, plug it in. And then all that old stuff starts to wither away and filter away and not become so dominant. It's always there. You could always bring it back up anytime, but you have a lot more strength when you have a lot more new stuff being filled in. If there's nothing replacing it, that's all that you know. Subconsciously, that's all that you know. So you got to replace that. You have to unlearn all those old habits, trauma bonds, because you're addicted. It's an addiction.
There you go.
And you have to learn to let it go.
Wow. You got all that on the show for free, and you didn't have to pay for it. Think about that. Most coaches and programs, they actually go out there and they charge.
I have my own coach.
A lot for that, and you invested into a coach for that.
Thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah.
So you have. So he's not speaking and talking out of his butt. He's talking from experience.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully you got a lot of value out of that. Where's the fire emojis? Oh my goodness. I see hearts. I love the hearts. Where's the fire emojis? This is awesome, right? Okay, we have a question here from Trevor. Says, hey Ace, ADD brain here. Yep, that's me. How do I pick the right affiliate products when I'm interested in everything? Oh wow. Well, at least you're real. Thank you.
You know what? I'm gonna chuckle here a little bit, because there's people that don't have ADD and they do things like they have ADD. No, it's true. Yeah. Because we call that shiny object syndrome.
The shiny object syndrome. Okay.
So it's not just people who have ADD.
All right. Well, let me answer Trevor here. Okay. So Trevor, we only have so much time on the show, guys, and I thank you for tuning in. Trevor, my idea about what's going on, you know what, is literally normal. Okay. Even though you do have an ADD brain, I will say that you need to channel it. Okay. Use it like it's your superpower. Like set a timer for 20 minutes on an egg timer and do rapid fire research on different products, okay? Because you said you're interested in everything, a whole bunch of affiliate programs out there. You don't know what to choose, right? But you got to jot down your gut reactions. So like you start with the first top 3 that got you the most excited, right? Whether it be health and wellness niche, anti-aging, weight loss, whatever, right? You got 3. You do the quickest pros versus cons list for each one, okay? And boom, you narrowed it down without getting bogged down, okay? And then like your diverse interests could lead to like finding the right one. Because here's the thing, right? Being an affiliate marketer, you're never gonna have just one offer. You're gonna have multiple. But you gotta pick ones that actually serve your audience. Think about that for a minute. We're very choosy about what offers we invest our time and money and energy into or share with our list. I can't tell you how many times, Trevor, we get hit being rich. Lots of emails, lots of DMs, people we know, people we don't know, okay, hitting us up, asking Ace and Rich, they want the Ace and Rich name to represent, to help distribute their offers for them. That could be multiple reasons. Could be because our influence, the way we have it in the industry. It could be also because of the size of our list. It could be the quality of our list. It could be also how our reach out is, and compared to theirs is not so great. So they rely on Ace and Rich to push it out there for them. Okay, many different angles. But the point is, do we jump at every single thing? No. Rich and I, we're very keen. We cherry pick. Because we make sure we do the pros versus the cons. We make sure is it valuable? Is it going to serve? If it's going to take away, we cut it out. Why? Because we want to give our audience the best. And we want to serve with the best offers that we can give them.
And if you have the right offer, and
That's right,
and you like the offer, but you still want to jump to another offer, here's what my coach told me. Do not leave that offer until you earn 6 figures first.
Heck yeah. High five on that one.
Unless that offer,
Y'all got that?
unless the offer, the program, ain't got their stuff together. That's the only way.
That's right.
But if you like it, stick with it till you earn your first 6 figures. Because if other people are earning 6 figures, what makes you different?
All right. Do we have time? Let's see. Ooh, cutting it close. Okay. And we started a little bit late. We'll give them a little, maybe 3 minutes extra, 5 minutes extra. What do you think?
No, I mean, just go play by ear.
We'll play it by ear. Okay. Anybody else got any questions? Let's read this comment before we get the next question. Comment coming in from Richard Osborne. Says, I got 2 sons that's hyper. When they eat sweets, they get more hyper. Oh my God. I got a story to share with you. Do I have time? Okay. Okay. So my son, like I said, is autistic. And we took him to a birthday party. And I remember they had a pony. They had the water slide. Remember? It was in the backyard. Girl was turning, what, 10 years old?
Was that the time that Angel was drinking the Red Mountain Dew?
Yeah, Mountain Dew red, Code Red. Anybody ever had Mountain Dew Code Red? Don't drink it. Oh my gosh. So what happened was they had everything. It was like a kid's dream, you know. They had like the blow up, you know, thing that they have, the castle with the water in the backyard, the pony ride with a real freaking pony.
Yeah.
Tons of food, you know, and then they had the candy aisle. We're talking popcorn with a popcorn machine, like the old-fashioned popcorn machine. They had that in the backyard.
They threw a party.
They threw a party, man. There were a bunch of kids running all over. As soon as the server came out with cotton candy, I kid you not, these kids were grabbing cotton candy sticks and grabbing cans of Mountain Dew Code Red. My son had one. He had one. And I remember him drinking it. And literally when he drank it, like I'm startling the dogs, he literally drank it. And then like, not even, they're like about to serve the birthday cake. He had a little bit of cake. They didn't give him too much. But I know what happened though. When we brought that boy home, he could not sleep. He was up. Remember? We're like, Angel, when are you going to bed? And he was just like, Mom, I don't know, but I really feel more awake than ever. I'm like, I want to do something. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did we do? So he had Code Red, Mountain Dew.
Oh, he couldn't sleep, yeah.
And he couldn't sleep with cotton candy and all that sugar. So, Richard, I understand.
We understand.
Parents know. Parents, you know, don't give your kids that much sugar. It's over. Y'all ain't getting no beauty sleep that night. I'm telling you. All right, let's see here. Anybody else got any questions? Feng Chang says, great advice. Fire emoji from Alistair. Rich, your advice was great.
Thank you.
He loved it. Fire emoji on that. Thank you so much, Feng Chang. Michelle Howe has a comment here. Let's see. Mine's is off the wall hyper. Yeah, I bet you if you gave them kids Code Red, they'd be really off the wall. Oh my goodness. Michelle says, love you guys, and the energy shows just how much you really love what you do and make learning fun. Laugh out loud. So blessed I found you guys. And so blessed you have. So blessed we have, because I mean, you are a wonderful person. We love talking to you.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just peas and carrots and talk all day, but we do focus on business. We always stay on point. We make sure we put you on track. You know, we care. We really do care. And if anybody sees this video and you guys are watching us on a replay, and if you're in a situation where you're having like difficulty learning this stuff, learning affiliate marketing, or even network marketing for that matter, and just
or if you're in a program and you feel like you're being strung along and you're not really getting the help that you truly deserve,
he just took the words right out of my mouth.
Reach out to us.
Yes, reach out to us, because we do have a special ability than other leaders may lack in that area, I will say. And we know how to help.
They don't have patience.
They have no patience.
Yeah.
They have no patience. You know, everything's now. You know, but you know, when you take time out for some people and you really care about them and you're genuine about it, people can read and they can tell if you're genuine or if you're phony with a capital F. like phony, like we say in the hood, phony. Okay,
Phony.
you phony. All right. Okay, we have Marcus.
You see, things are still in the subconscious mind.
Yep. Marcus says, "What's good, Rich?" Oh, this is for you. This is Marcus.
Oh, what's up, Marcus? Okay, let's see. What's good, Rich? All this brand, voice, and marketing positioning stuff goes over my head. I need to touch it and get it, you know? Any ideas?
Branding, positioning.
Branding, positioning.
All right.
Well, the thing about being, position, you want to look at it this way. You got to position yourself as an expert. That goes over your head. I get it. Let me simplify it for you. When you think about positioning, you're probably thinking about like, it's like a foreign language, you're not fully understanding it. Positioning means that you have to position yourself as an expert in the marketplace. And then there again, someone gets stuck, they get confused. When you position yourself, it's by the knowledge and the value you provide to the marketplace. Okay, you're there now. Still confused. What do I do? Well, here's a how-to. What I want you to do is, I want you, everything that you learn, I want you to start applying it. And at the same time, I want you to teach it. And I want you to rinse and repeat that over and over and over again. What's going to happen is the knowledge is going to come out. Your audience is going to see you as being positioned as an expert. Make sense now? Because you took the time to invest in yourself and your education to become a better marketer so you could actually share the wealth. Right? Now they look at you like a leader. Now you are positioned as an expert where people will trust you. And again, when people trust you, they buy from you.
Love it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Awesome. Marcus, I know that's going to help you out a lot right there, what Rich said. Yes.
Yeah, I want to break it down in a more simple way for you to understand.
Okay, let's see here. Richard says, Richard, like Rich was saying earlier, I use DoorDash to fund my dreams.
Absolutely. It's a different mindset. Remember, the first 4 years I worked there, and then I left the job and got my first 6 figures before the business closed down. I was just a dude at a job collecting a paycheck. And I was like, just get my paycheck, go home. That's it. After I had that experience and also being coached, when I went back to that same building, I was all about the business. There, I broke sales records. I was #1 in the region, not the state, the whole, because Best Buy does segments of regions. I was the #1 guy and the most sales in the whole region of Best Buy. And that was huge. But what changed? Best Buy didn't change. I changed. So what I did was I became like not replaceable. And when I left, they were like, you can come back anytime. You have a job waiting for you anytime you want. I said, well, I won't be back, so you know. But if it ever happened, I'll be back. I respect that. Thank you. So it's all about looking at through the lens and from a different perspective, because something happened in me, something changed in me, and that wasn't a job anymore. That was a business that I need to respect because it is a business. Yeah, it was my job, what I had to do, but being a business owner for a while, this time around, I understood that that was a business and it needs to create revenue. And it was sales. So people were coming to me. They were asking for my name personally all over the state. They were like, hey, I'm looking for Rich. I'm looking for Rich. I'm looking for Rich. They didn't want to talk to nobody else. I would get presents. I would get cookies. I would get all sorts of stuff. I still got a Y2K bear.
I ate some of them cookies.
I still have the Y2K bear.
Yeah.
That I got from a customer.
Yeah.
And that's just like one of thousands of gifts that I got.
Yeah.
Right, for over the years. It's just crazy. But it was because I became irreplaceable. What I did, nobody can do.
And I could be a witness to that because like I would be at home and making dinner for the family and Rich will come walking through the door in his Best Buy uniform, and he'll have a bag, and in the bag he will have like cookies and teddy bears, and I'm like, where is this for me? Where is all? He said, no, hon. He goes, somebody, my customer today gave me a tip, gave me a gift card, gave me coffee, gave me, this stuff. And, here, I'm going to share some cookies with you. And I'm like, they made this? I'm like, yeah, they really do care because you care about them.
Yeah.
You see, people don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. Don't take that lightly. That's a very important thing, and people really value relationships. I mean, come on, at the end of the day, what are we really building here? We're building relationships, and we all have different demeanors of ourselves, different abilities and disabilities, so it's like your abilities, it could be your useless skill for that matter. I wrote a post the other day, I don't know if anybody checked it out, where I had the picture of the lattes, and it's just a metaphor speaking of having a useless skill. Well, I'm learning how to do coffee art. For what? Am I going to go work at Starbucks now because I want to serve a bunch of coffees with pretty little flowers on them? No. The point is, don't think of your skill as useless because you may not realize it, but there's a gift behind it, and it could be something of value later down the road. Right?
Everybody has their strength.
They do.
And they have their weakness.
Yes.
But sometimes your weakness can become your strength.
All right, last question here. This is from Sophia. Ace, my queen. Dyslexia is kicking my ass when it comes to writing copy. Any life hacks you can share with me to help my emails and my words behave?
And look, I must have dyslexia because when I think about copywriting, everything just changes for me. It's not for me.
Okay. So let me answer Sophia, and then we're going to end the show. So Sophia, you gorgeous dynamo, you. Thank you for the compliment. Let's flip the script on dyslexia. All right. We talked about it earlier. Why don't you start using text-to-speech tools like Rich mentioned earlier for someone who had the same problem. And start hearing your copy out loud. Okay. And try to mind map your ideas before writing those emails. And your unique way of seeing words might lead to some killer wordplay that us regular folks would never even think of, right? So like, you've got this superpower, babe. Use it. Use it. All right. And I'm going to throw something else in the mix. When it comes to emails, there is a formula and a science to copywriting, but it's not what you think. Because I tried it like all those other guys did. All the books that I read about copywriting, and I thought that was how I could get connected with my list. And all these people I invested into who were teaching me copywriting techniques and writing like them, I tried it all. It did not work too well until I had to write my own copy. And by writing my own copy, and I'll be truthful here, with the help of AI, with my experience, and because I learned copywriting skills, combined with AI, I found my unique voice. And now every single wordplay I can create like that. So I'm telling you, if you struggle with this problem, if you have that learning disability and you're trying to get some wordplay, start learning AI. Start utilizing it to help you. You can get things done a lot faster. And I'm not going to be like, be old school and grab a pen and pencil like Gary Halbert and write your shit out. No, I'm done with that. I'm talking about using AI and get things done now. Because at the end of the day, right, babe, you got to eat and you got to feed your family. You ain't got time to do all that. Go and start using AI to your ability. Start understanding prompt engineering and get to work.
Right on. And with that being said,
boom.
Good way to end on it.
Yes, we're going to end on that note.
All right, guys. Guys, have a great day. Have a great day. Have a great evening.
It's evening.
I know, right? Well, no, actually, it is day.
In some parts of the world.
Some parts of the world.
Yes, we know.
Remember, we're worldwide here.
All right, so, let's wrap up the show. This was great.
Have a good evening, guys.
Yes.
And I appreciate you guys being here. And also, make sure that you tune in next week, same time, same bad channel. And if you miss this one live, there's something special about being live. Okay, you got to be here live. I mean, yeah, you're gonna watch the replay, some of you guys, but be here next week live again, because when you're here live, you're like, it's on another level, you know?
Yeah, this was a great topic, and you know, our hearts goes out to those who do have this ability that has, you know, this really deep down inside holding them back from success. But I'm telling you right now, on behalf of the show, and letting you know from our personal experience and raising a child that has this also, please do not let any of those things hold you back.
No.
Keep pursuing your dream of being a success and making money online, and take it seriously. Just because you have something, you know, that you think is wrong with you, it just might be a gift. You just never know. All right. With that being said, my name is Ace Guzman.
And my name is Rich Guzman.
And we'll see you guys next time on Ace and Rich Live. Bye now.
Take care, guys.